We spend years convinced that a specific executive title or a new home will trigger a permanent shift in our baseline happiness. We treat success as a static state of being that we can eventually inhabit. This creates a pattern of perpetual deferment. We sacrifice today's peace and skip family dinners, operating under the assumption that relief is waiting for us on the other side of a milestone. When that milestone finally arrives, the reality rarely matches the projection. The promotion is secured, but the sense of completion remains elusive. The standard formula for achievement, trading present suffering for a future payoff, frequently leaves us feeling more drained than when we began. High-performance athletes and CEOs often experience a profound emotional crash immediately after reaching a lifelong goal. They find that the peak they spent a decade climbing offers no actual shelter. Psychologists call this phenomenon the arrival fallacy. Your brain's reward architecture actively deceives you, framing joy as a finish line you can permanently cross. If achieving our most significant objectives fails to produce lasting fulfillment, we have to re-examine why we pursue them in the first place. The mechanics of the brain's reward circuitry drive this cycle of endless pursuit. We often misidentify dopamine as the chemical of satisfaction, the reward handed out for a job well done. This graph illustrates dopamine's actual role: motivation. Your levels peak just before reaching the goal, providing energy for that final push. Once completed, your dopamine plummets. This immediate chemical void explains why a major win often feels like a sudden letdown. Human biology evolved to prioritize the hunt over the feast. Our hardware is built to keep us moving, not to let us linger at the finish. To maintain this momentum, the brain utilizes a mechanism called the hedonic treadmill to recalibrate your internal baseline. Within months, the new house, or the higher salary, becomes the new normal. The brain habituates to the achievement, neutralizing the initial surge of satisfaction. To trigger the next hit of motivation, the brain shifts the target further into the distance, requiring more effort for the same response. This creates a loop where you work at an increasing intensity while your overall fulfillment stays the same. Living purely for the next achievement tethers your self-worth to a biological system that prioritizes the next goal over the current reality. Since the finish line is a biological moving target, the only tangible variable within your control is the daily practice. Shifting away from an outcome-driven mindset requires adopting a framework centered on the process itself. Those who merely tolerate the work while waiting for the result often find themselves in a state of constant dissatisfaction. Real fulfillment requires finding value within the friction and the effort of the climb. Peace isn't a reward waiting at the end of the journey. It is something you must manufacture during the work. Rewiring your mindset means extracting satisfaction from the struggle, the late nights, and the incremental skills you develop along the way. External rewards, the status, the income, the tangible assets, become secondary byproducts of a sustainable system rather than the primary reason for the effort. Stop waiting to arrive. Change your relationship with your daily work immediately. The results you achieve serve as markers of progress, but the daily work provides the only sustained